Hello and welcome to Do Understand Pod, the podcast where we explore how real people learn English in real situations. I'm your host, and today's episode is all about confidence. Not the kind you're born with, but the kind you build, step by step, word by word. We'll follow the story of Kevin, my good friend, and a few others who discovered that understanding English is one thing, but speaking it, that's a whole different game. So let's dive in. Kevin is smart. He's got experience, skills, and a great attitude. He's been working in IT for years, but recently, he decided it was time for a change. A new job. A new challenge. He started browsing job offers. Many of them looked promising. Good salary, flexible hours, interesting projects. But there was one thing that kept popping up: English required. No problem, Kevin thought. I understand English. I watch movies. I read articles. I've got this. But then came the interview. It was online. The recruiter greeted him in English. Kevin smiled, nodded, and froze. His mind went blank. Words disappeared. Sentences felt heavy. He forgot how to say even simple things like, "I'm excited about this opportunity." It was like my brain shut down, he told me later. I understood everything they said, but I couldn't speak. I was so nervous. And that's when it hit him: understanding is not the same as speaking. Kevin didn't get the job, and he knew why. But instead of giving up, he got curious. Why is speaking so hard? He realized something important. When you learn English, there comes a moment, a wall. You know the grammar. You know the vocabulary. But when it's time to speak, you freeze. That wall is fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of sounding silly. Fear of not finding the right word. And the only way to break through that wall is to speak. Talking to yourself isn't crazy, it's smart. Kevin decided to train his speaking muscles. But he didn't have a speaking partner. So he became his own. He started talking to himself, in English. In the morning, while making coffee. I'm boiling water. I'm pouring it into the mug. I'm adding sugar. While getting dressed. I'm putting on my shirt. These jeans are too tight. While walking to the store. I need to buy milk. Maybe I'll grab some bananas too. He described everything he did. Out loud. In English. At first, I felt ridiculous, he laughed. But then I started surprising myself. I knew more than I thought. And that's the magic. When you speak, even to yourself, you activate your memory, your pronunciation, your confidence. Meet Natalia. Now let me introduce you to Natalia. She's a fitness coach, and she's learning English for her international clients. Her trick? She learns while training. During workouts, she names every movement in English. Squats, lunges, push-ups, stretch your arms, keep your back straight. She even talks to herself between sets. I need to drink water. Stay hydrated. Hydration is key. And yes, she uses idioms too. No pain, no gain. I'm pushing myself to the limit. I'm breaking a sweat. English is part of my workout, Natalia says. My body gets stronger, and so does my vocabulary. Her advice? Connect English to your passions. Whether it's fitness, cooking, gaming, speak the language of your life. Thinking in English, the silent practice. Another friend, Bartek, has a different approach. He doesn't always speak out loud, but he thinks in English. When he sees something, he tries to name it in English. When he hears a question, he answers it in his head, in English. When he's bored, he plays a mental game. How would I say this in English? It's like I'm translating my thoughts, he says. And over time, it becomes automatic. This technique is powerful. It trains your brain to switch languages quickly. It helps you respond faster. And it builds fluency, silently. The comfort zone trap. Here's the truth. Learning English is comfortable until it's not. Watching movies? Fun. Reading articles? Interesting. Doing grammar exercises? Satisfying. But speaking? That's scary. And that's why many learners hit a wall. They stay in the comfort zone, passive learning. But real growth happens when you step out. When you speak. When you make mistakes. When you feel awkward and keep going. You don't learn to swim by reading about swimming, Kevin told me. You jump into the water. Same with English. You don't learn to speak by listening. You learn by speaking. Let's break it down. Here are some tips to help you speak more and fear less. 1. Talk to yourself. Describe your actions. Narrate your day. Ask yourself questions. 2. Use shadowing. Repeat after native speakers. Copy their pronunciation and rhythm. 3. Think in English. Translate your thoughts. Practice silent conversations. 4. Record yourself. Listen to your voice. Notice your progress. 5. Use phrases and idioms. They make your speech more natural. Try. Better late than never. I'm all ears. Let's call it a day. 6. Practice with apps or partners. Even 5 minutes a day makes a difference. 7. Celebrate mistakes. Every mistake is proof that you're trying. The breakthrough moment. Kevin kept practicing. Talking to himself. Shadowing videos. Thinking in English. And then another job interview came. This time he was ready. He spoke clearly. He answered questions. He even joked a little. I wasn't perfect, he said. But I was confident. I was real. And guess what? He got the job. That was his breakthrough moment. The moment he realized, I can do this. And you can too. Confidence in English doesn't come from knowing every word. It comes from using the words you know. It doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being brave. So speak. Whisper. Think. Repeat. Make English part of your life, not just your lessons. And remember, every sentence you say is a step forward. Every mistake you make is a lesson learned. Every time you speak, you grow. Thanks for joining me today on English in Everyday Life. If this episode inspired you, share it with a friend. And keep speaking because your voice matters. Until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and stay connected.